the concept was started in 1870, okay? It's not a new concept. Under the New York subway, there was 800 meters built by Eli Beach, and at the time, it seems very comfortable. He evacuated the tube. He actually built a primordial Hyperloop. Then it has been stopped by the rail industry. In 1904, Robert Goddard, the father of the rocket science, patented a solution that was very similar. Again, the entire scientific community stopped them because they said, you know, humans cannot travel above 100 miles per hour. There was a description on how we die at that speed. And unfortunately, over and over, in 1969, the American government published 4 different systems that were investigating, and 2 of them, gravity vacuum and tube flight, were the Hyperloop, basically. Only active levitation, we're using a different system, but the concept was there. And humanity always thought about traveling inside a tube. It makes sense. It's, you know, something that we have seen with goods. Why don't we do it for humans? In 1992, the Swiss government tried, and even the Simpsons anticipated the coming of the Hyperloop. Well, Elon Musk published the white paper. He didn't only talk about the technology, he put a giant spotlight on the possibility. What we did, we took, instead of a normal path, closed doors and creating the project, we opened the gates. And we said, you know, whoever wants to join our effort, we will give them pieces of the company, stock options. And what happened after is magic. We created a movement. It's not a company anymore. And right now, we are using crowd. Now, they say, you know, oh, you're a crowdsourcer, so you're not a real company. Well, actually, if you see what we are right now, they described us as the biggest company, startups in the planet. We don't use a normal approach. We crowdstorm with the people around the world. We launch tasks, and everybody around the world is solving it. Universities, companies, entire teams are now working. And aside of me and my co-founder, there's an amazing number of scientists working from 42 countries. We have 800 companies. Now, 800 people working. And I go quick. Why it hasn't been built before? Well, there was a technology issue. Right now, we developed the technology using existing technology. We put together in a very smart way. The biggest problem to solve was actually levitation and propulsion. And I will show you how we did it. But we use a combination of renewable energy to actually generate up to 30% more electricity than we produce. This is the first time that we have a system that can actually make money and doesn't need subsidies from the state. And we can transport passenger and freight. And the cost per kilometer is only 40 million per kilometer. It is 1/4 of the high-speed rail that Modi was announcing to be planned to be built here. And it's not only important for economical term, it's also important because it doesn't require a lot of effort to maintain it. And the throughput is amazing. You can have 24 million people per tube, and you can put up to 7 tubes up to the same pylon. So also the passenger experience will be amazing because not only we can build it on top of existing infrastructure, rails and highway, but we can also build a passenger experience that simulates reality. So inside the capsule, we can't have windows, but we can have something better that is a different way to create reality. These are screens, and I will show you in a second. They are basically capable of simulating reality. Now, the solution about levitating was found inside a lab. I have a little video of 1 minute.
Using magnets to move and elevate trains is not a new thing. But this method hasn't been efficient enough to make sense on a large scale. The primary reason? Simple. A vast amount of energy is required to power the system. 20 years ago,